Hello there. It's your boy, Tasty Cake. Kenny. So let's start from the beginning of today. So it was dark and dreary. The internet went down around 9 o'clock this morning. Came back up. I was like, crap. So I listened to my meditation music, trying to put me in the right perspective and such. And it was a day of like, I'm not going out. Too damn horrible outside. Then was I sent Kenny the message text a couple hours ago, around 2 o'clock or something. The phone's over there. So. The power went out for a second. I mean, it hit my backup battery, my ups. So that's something that was powerful. It hit the ups to turn off, and then the internet went down. Across the street, they lost power this time. Greg. So across the street, they lost power for an hour. We lost the internet again for about an hour. Called cable company. Oh, you need to, was it, everything's plugged into a modem. It's like, not everything is plugged into a modem. Over there, overseas, click. Oh, again. Oh, I mean, your cable box and your the little cable boxes and your modem are need to be replaced with someone out there. No. Third time, calling the Cox store. Oh yeah, there's an outage. There's an outage in your area. There's an outage in your area. Simple as that. So didn't know if it was going to be on today, but it was earlier. I saw that Kenzo's Creations had a video, so of course I changed it for half hour later. Not going to interfere. It's me just babbling anyway. Internet comes back up. I'm looking on the. I know. With them, it was at 2:03. So it was 2:03 on the messenger for Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Did Facebook crash? I believe so. Thumbs up. That's why people are crying at work. LOL. Damn. Back now for me, so I don't know where David is. Thumbs up back. I'm back as well. Felicia. Oh, you didn't hear that. Wonder how they will react when TikTok goes away. This one says, pretty sure it's updates. We'll see if TikTok does go away, if they are on board to fight it. And there are apparently a bunch of content creators lined up to sue if it does, like big content creators. Oh, Insta just said a technical problem, so not updating. LOL. There was issues right before the internet went down with Instagram. But it's been a very windy day. It is a windstorm out there. It's just like, here's my ASMR. But for the neighbors across the street to lose their power, I can do that. I did restart. I accidentally, because the Wi-Fi didn't connect, so I just, I unchecked it, and I couldn't get the screen back. So I restarted again, thankfully, and I unplugged and plugged the thing back in. I was supposed to get in Monday my plug-in surge protector box. So it has the side ports and the front ports, so I can plug in the device. But FedEx just released it from Indianapolis. So FedEx again screwing up something of mine being sent to another address. And I'm kind of wondering, can I plug my big backup battery, into the plug-in surge protector? Because it says This episode must be connected to a grounded outlet before turning on. Sounded the way that the plug is. It's not a straightforward plug, it's a crooked plug. It's like they had to do that, didn't they? They had to make it different. So I'm kind of worried about trying to plug in. What did it? Story: some tech guy asked a lady to unplug her computer and return it to Best Buy. Wow. Because, ma'am, you are obviously too stupid to use a computer. Where's the button there? Oh, I keep it locked. I forgot. Ouch. That's how you see hair falling out. Yeah. Back in the day, worked for Sprint PCS. I didn't know. They wouldn't tell me who it was, but I just told everyone else what happened. It's like, who did it? I'm not telling you. Fine, whatever. We're activations only, not customer service. We do not deal with anything. We activate the phone. If you can't get a signal in your basement, whose fault's that? The guy at the store said I can activate my phone in the basement and I have a signal, but I don't see a signal. You don't have a signal. Why would they tell me that? They're trying to sell you a phone. But this person, whomever it was back in the day, said to the customer online, "I'm sorry, you have an ID 10T problem. I had to switch you to customer service." Okay. And they were listened on. Fries pass for $10. Wow. I would too. Nacho fries, nacho cheese. 2 people didn't like that joke because 2 people left. What the? One of the jokes. But yes, the customer, you have an ID 10T problem. Say, what? ID 10T. And they wrote it out. ID 10. Okay. Wow. And it wasn't just me because I had to write it out too. So what's ID 10T? ID 10T. Yeah. So they're all idiots. But I said on Messenger, my cable internet went down for about an hour. I'm just running scans now. The neighbors across the street lost power for an hour when ours was a few seconds. Coincidence? 'Tis the wind and nothing more. I mean, it's a freaking windstorm out there. Yeah. Another ASMR. They are affecting the power grid overseas. Keep cash and water on hand. Tell the ex I'm sorry. Also, run, you clever boy, and remember me. Okay, I was seen by that David who I never met, and Candyman. Not Candyman. Was Candyman? Could it be the Candyman? I said Mark. David, Mark, Dave, and Zion. Could be Muncie. I miss Mark Muncie. He's a cool dude. But he's got to get better. He's got to get better. This thing with all the... Yeah. Maybe it's a timing thing. Like I back in the day, going to school, had bologna sandwiches, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, like tired of it. Like, I didn't want to eat it forever. Get just used to it. And then like years later, I want some bologna sandwiches. I want bologna with a slice of cheese in it. I'll give me some peanut butter jelly time. I stopped eating blocks of cheese because It was just my health. And because eating blocks of cheese, I'm lactose intolerant, so all the way through. So with the wind and everything else, I did write down a psychic yesterday, based on the internet. And I wrote down and said, wait a minute, the address. I've been back to Orlando in the past 500 years. So I remember areas. I'm thinking that what I looked up was not the right one because it just kept confusing. And I was right. I looked up the wrong phone number, wrong thing. Then it said the phone number for this person, where they're located. It's like essentially my back door from back in the day. All of Colonial Town South, Colonial Town North is my old backyard. I said, I know that wasn't the address. So I found the right one. And it told me a phone number. But it's like, when I tried to zoom in that picture, it's not clear. I found the website for said person. Yeah, wrong phone number. So I don't know what I did the first time. And try to remember where the original location was for the other place. Doesn't matter. I wanted this one here. And the phone number the internet gave was wrong. I found her website. It says for spiritual cleansing, $165. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Because something's destroying my skin. I tell you that much. I can say everyone I know. The good ex, the one who I'm going to see when I get down there next month. I get stuff for her. I got to see the boys. I went through the camera after a year. And even though I transferred all the pictures over to the new hard drive, I still have the pictures on the camera on the way. Someone was like, a lot of Disney stuff don't really need because it's on the computer and I can just flip it onto a thing there. I don't have to take the disc out. I did take a picture of Loki, 3 of them. I took a picture of my phone, like I can't see anything. I forgot I took him with the camera. And you can see his eyes were open and his eyes went like downward. He goes, oh, you're back. Kind of look. He gave me that look of, But when we came back from the convention, we did in January, yeah. He was like, there, I smacked his bottom and he scratched me and he bit me actually. That's all right. And then he was starting to get angry and everything, and she said something, and then Comet said something to him. And he went back to him. Okay, that's okay, Loki. So he's like, wow. All the time with him being so spoiled. And like, well, what a difference. That's why I want to see the boys while there's time. But the whole time in Orlando is like planned. I mean, Monday I get there. I'm thinking of going to see the psychic because she's open till 10 o'clock. From 9 to 10. Let's go over there, pay the $165. Get the spiritual cleansing. Because Tuesday, it's either going to be going down to Cocoa. I think it was Cocoa Beach. But not so much a storage room. That's not good. Got to get to the storage room one day. I sent a picture of Kenny. I sent a picture to Kenny in my other room. It's like, what? Yep. Those weren't blankets. Those are my clothes. I made like a little dent, a little thing there just to take out my suitcase. It's like, why is this thing so heavy? It's because the suitcase is heavy. That's nothing to do. There's virtually no clothes in there. I did write the list of, T-shirts, underwear, GPS, laptop, a hat, back brace, yes, 2 phones, flip phone and the smartphone, pinhole glasses, I got myself a new pair. They're not as spectacular as the older ones, the first ones. They do work. I mean, you can, but the design is not as spectacular anymore. It's not good quality. I had a pair and I actually broke them. It's like like one time I fall asleep and I leave them on my bed and they break off the stem. So I, I had it for my regular glasses. I had it for those glasses. So beggars can't be choosers. They work. Pinhole glasses do work. Because reset your eyes, takes a lot of the light out of the eyes, and I read with them. They're pretty awesome. So if you can find them on eBay, something like that, Now this ring thing, the little magnet in there. I didn't know where I got it from, so I thought I got it from another company. Turns out I bought it from the same company. But the stream had to come on, so I want to say to him, turn my finger green. I mean, I could feel the magnets there, but I sweat. I sweat a lot. So just wear it, a little bit of time. It's supposed to help with your, the magnets with your kidneys, which is true. Brass and stuff like that. So, glutton for punishment. So Tuesday, Cocoa Beach. Wednesday, around town. No, Wednesday, January 29th is the Lunar New Year. So my mom it's in the area. So I have a colonial town north. All the Asian markets are. They'll have a celebration. Thursday, I'll be at Animal Kingdom. Friday, no idea. It's the sweat, I mean, it worked fine for days, and all of a sudden, I was sweating, and then it started turning my finger green. But it comes off. Chemical reactions. Stuff like that. Maybe this spiritual cleansing for the money will take care of everything. Then maybe one day soon, I'll go see a dermatologist and say, fix my skin. I drink warm, hot water every morning with a lemon slice, mint leaves, and celery. It's supposed to help with the kidneys. If nature didn't make it, don't take it. So I'm trying my best. There's a guy online, big influencer, Who Cares Anthony. He's on Instagram. He said he's got a kidney stone the size of a bottle cap. Mine wasn't as little, Oof. What a strange person. And it was, dehydration. It has nothing to do with the calcium for me because, lactose intolerant. I can just go everywhere. But the first kidney stone, he said it felt like someone shot him. I was like, yeah, shot or stabbed, just kind of rip the knife against you from one side to the other. Thankfully, my first one just a clink, came down the toilet. Second one, it sat. I also had a hip problem. I gotta show you my ghost statue holding a pumpkin. I had gone to the big flea market, and my hip, I could barely walk. My mom was, look at that. And I, what? I turn over, my hip popped, and it was a beautiful ghost, white, it was traditional ghost sheet of ghost statuette ceramic with holding a pumpkin. I said, that's a sign. I used to keep them on the TV, and I just keep them in my room. That was a sign. My hip back in a place. Like, wow, never had that problem again. So my good luck charm. Yeah, mine just screamed at me, and she said there'd be arguments. Didn't know it was gonna be that brutal, or insult me in front of Mark and Christian. Every tarot card reading I went through online, all Pisces, everything. They said, "Don't get back with your ex." Say, well, the good one who has a fiance there in Florida, no, she deserves better, so she's with someone, but still, we're still friends. The one that's, I don't have no idea about, let's see about the spiritual energy cleansing. And the other one, I learned last night that I can switch back and forth between StreamYards. They will send me the code to my particular emails. So, email for the original one, I didn't think about it. I kind of used the link, and I just sat back and listen. Because I just couldn't remember how that was done. Say, oh, I'll send you a passcode. Oh, that's what I did. So I went back in the old StreamYard, learned something. Because we have these layouts, right? And I was like, well, how did we have one that can go into the far corner? I think Mark says kind of a dog, the digital something. So you hide behind the icon. Now the icon I do use is the gray version, and it's so small. So I'm a rectangle behind a small teapot, but I did it. I have 4 custom layouts. 2 of them they said to do this, and one of them said it was a side by side, but I don't do anything side by side. Everything's Spill the Geek Tea is a group, so I don't need the 2. One was like some fancy thing, I don't know. The other one was media. You could like load up one thing. It's like, okay. And the other one I made a little on the top right-hand corner. So it's a little rectangle. You can kind of see me behind the gray pot right in the very far corner going, and I put the other one on the very bottom underneath the moving ticket tape. So I can hide in 2 places. It's hilarious. So I learned that by going back into Timescale StreamYard and type in the passcode. Boop. Okay, there it goes. So I can go back and forth. My thing was, I was curious about, is Mark asleep yet? Did Mark go to sleep? Because the show ended 9. It was 2 a.m. It was 2 a.m. in the UK, and Mark was still going on, and with his help, they got everything figured out for the webpage. I thought about it when she told me to do the phone number thing. I have a Google phone number I can attach to any phone, which I'm thinking, well, if I do the consumer wireless, not consumer cellular. Is it consumer cellular? I can't remember. Okay, singular wireless was AT&T, then went back to AT&T. Consumer cellular uses the orange thing again, and that's the deal. If I put one of the phones with whatever phone number, but one of the phones with a phone number, probably this one or the other one, just to have it with the smartphones, I could play with it. because it's a deal for two. Oh my word! Because it was a dark and gloomy this morning. I didn't get up to around 10, so I had a decent amount of sleep. But with the internet going down, it's like whatever. I have nothing to do today. I'll sleep. If I do the 2-phone deal, because that's the best price, one phone with any phone number, so I can play on the smartphone. The other one would have the phone number that I created through Google Drive, because of the deal. It's like buy one to get the other thing, because buy one alone, it's like what? Buy two, so I got 2 phones. Technically I just need the 1 phone with any phone number, and put down the the Google phone number on top of it. So if that whole idea worked out for guests calling, as I answer the phone, I don't answer the phone with people I know. That's why I would have to have that second phone. Okay, someone's called the Spill the Geek Tea phone number. Hopefully not by accident. Just leave a message so I can get back to them, kind of thing. And that was the only instance today was, the internet went down. I would have to have a smartphone to play on stuff, look at everything. But again, I don't know if I can plug in my backup battery ups into the surge protector wall unit, surge protector wall unit, because it doesn't need to be grounded. So it's more secure. Yes, you plugged in there, and still I lost power for a second. It glitched. It's like, it's plugged into the ups. It's like, how's that? The ups is supposed to be running steady without any glitches at all. So not sure my battery's dead or not, to be honest with you. I'm not pushing a button, because it is a surge protector and a backup battery. And it supposedly is plugged into the backup battery. Too many things. I don't know. The mind. Too many things. And because the cord is slightly off, crooked, I don't want to plug. I can't plug the ups into the device. I can't plug the ups into this. The way it's designed, it's like only place for 1 plug, and I have plug in the other surge protector unit. Fine, that's no big deal. I don't think so. I don't think we anything at all. But I don't want to have this protected with a surge protector. So I would say yes. I plug this into the surge protector that I'm plugged into the wall outlet. Good. And the surge protector outlet from Bell & Howell, a name you can trust, has side ports. So I was thinking of side port here, side port there. But can I plug the ups into the surge protector? So I don't know. Ask Geek Squad, and they'll probably say, you need to put new Windows 11 in there or something. I would. I got the phone number. The phone number is there because of her. I called Christian one day. I called on the phone. She didn't. I can't call her at the time when we were, I cannot call her on the phone, but with Messenger is one thing, Called Christian on here. It's like when you and I talk, we talk on the tablet or talk on here. It's wild stuff. But the cables did come in. Oh, both packages came in. I think it's doing a video on this. Maybe today, maybe in a couple days. I really got to go through my snacks. I mean, they're getting stale. From the time scales, sends me this ESD keyring, which when I take out the plastic and read it, how to use Thouch. It's not touch, it's Thouch. Thouch, the electric conductor with the conductive material at the head of the product. You have removed all static electricity when the flashlight turns off. Oh, without any negative effects and dangerous safety and environmental. Oh, so it's an ESD keyring. My monitor's so dirty. I need one of those lens cleaners. Do I have a lens cleaner here? Do I have a lens cleaner here? It's all in the bathroom. Okay. I'm going to keep the screen up before I do set Saturday's episode. I'm going to wipe the screen off because it is yikes. So the ESD keyring, which so I remove it from the plastic and say, okay. Oh. Is it a plug power line adapter directly into wall? Then power surge, plug power line adapter direct into wall, then power surge. If you do the other way around, surge can cause interference with signal. Oh, so I do have to plug in the power line. I just worried about, I've thankfully, years ago, moved here. This outlet had the problems with surges. That's the thing. And it surged many times over. That's why I had to I had killed the one computer. And that's why I had to plug the power line adapter directly into the wall, then the power surge plug. That would make sense. It's because if I did, yeah, I just didn't want to lose that thing because it got to me. And then the cables finally got to me by putting my address on both locations. Yeah, so I just didn't want to, everything's been fine for a while, so I really don't need the search thing. Now, when I plug that thing into the wall, that's going to be an issue because that's the whole thing. That's the thing, though. When my backup battery doesn't have a straightforward plug, it has a new curved kind of plug. It's like the cable doesn't go straight across. It goes plug it in and onto the side, an angle thing. It's a weird plug. So it's not straightforward, but we do like this. So by plugging in the power line adapter, grounded, and an Ethernet into the computer, that's fine. Then I would plug in the ups into the one port. So that means I would plug the battery ups into that port because it has the funky twist on that thing, and plug in the other surge protector plug, which has my lamp and plugs into the cables on the top one, thereby eliminating the surge protector. Because if I put the surge protector in first, plug that thing in, that's the only reason I know it'll be safe, by doing the surge protector plug first, and then I can plug it in the side and plug it in the side and plug it in the front. But if it's going to interfere with the signal, then the surge protector plug is pointless. I still may fiddle. Fiddling. I should have a portable bidet. I got a portable bidet. So that means I can so I can use this thing through the electric conductor and will conduct materials at the heat of the product. You have removed all static electricity. So it means I can bring this to work and not get static shock all day long. Static shock. Cool. I like it. And then he gave me this weird Gangdong Hua Sheng Jiao Gai Hua Sheng. This weird snack. So we'll see. I did put up some Christmas stuff. I'm kind of a bit tired and don't feel like doing the whole shebang. So I left them in boxes. I found my little bucket. Could not find a Christmas pickle. Still can't find a Christmas pickle. And cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation. Beautiful. It is a risk you have to take. The power surge works, but cutting the peaks and troughs, thus causing signal degradation in the community. Yeah. So waiting for the surge protector. That was my backup in case, but it's not needed. I didn't like the way that sounded. So I left some ornaments in the box. I left the cousin Eddie, I left the Han Solo and Carbonite, which Christian bought, and it took me like a month to find it. Clarice from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Deadpool. Chimichanga. So I didn't feel like doing a whole month of December holidays. I just went with. Well, so enough I did that. Enough I took the mask off the tree. Now I did get one thing from the UK so far. Waiting for the other one. So I didn't go out. Went out yesterday morning, but I did not get the other thing. Don't fall. Join me on YouTube where I share increasingly unprofessional looking videos showcasing my creations in ways that it will be very little use to anyone. youtube.com/@the next 17. This man makes he sent me backdrops. Backdrops, baby. And cards. He makes vintage style figures. Vintage style Star Wars figures. Which I've seen the picture. What he does. But I'm not, as I said, I gave away most of the vintage figures to a comic book store. Messed that one up, didn't I? But I was not interested. I was trying to get into Doctor Who. And why did I get all those Target books? I have no idea. I mean, beautifully done based on the vintage line. Number 114, Mosep. Why Mosep? Moseps have been made. Ka? Yeah. This one is based on Ka, but also some little things here too. Oh, it's a trading card. Oh my God, it's hilarious. I was trapped all along. Jabba the Hutt. The comic Jabba the Hutt. So I got that one. The design for the gangster Jabba the Hutt was not known during the production of the Star Wars 1977 comics by Marvel, as his scenes were cut from the film. It was a human Jabba. I'm still waiting for human Jabba. It has to be painted. Something to send to Kenny. The official design for Jabba wouldn't be determined until the making of Return of the Jedi. The likeness of Mosep Bened, a Nimbanel seen in the background of the Mos Eisley scenes was therefore used for issue number 2, 28, and 37. The article read 5 in Star Wars Insider established that the Jabba, as seen in the Marvel comics, is in fact Mosep Bened, who sometimes used Jabba's name in interactions, which is interesting. Also, he had more hair in his face, but they gave him short little whiskers. So it's unique. I was using the other figure. Say one day I'll have it painted. You know, that's the Jabba I remember from reading the comic book. They used a blue snaggletooth. Blue snaggletooth wearing a red belt and yellow garments with white hair. So, okay. So now they have the human, waiting for the human Jabba to come along. And he has to be painted. Well, at least I get that Jabba in. That explains why my credit card bill is so much. Impulse. Off my little scene with this will go with comic book Boba Fett. Yeah. I got this box in just for the DeLorean. The second DeLorean. He packed this thing in here. And I think, wow. I really need to go in there and give a good review. Because Hot Wheels car in this thing. And this was sent like nothing. Yeah, I got 2. I didn't expect 2. And this one kind of dinged on the bottom, but I could just get the Ecto knife and then put it behind me. Put it right there. I still watch the videos to see what was there in this place. Yeah. Too much stuff. It's a hoarder's knife. So I'm going to do a review on this and this on the channel. Thank you, Greg. So much for the idea of either in the wall first, which give me the multiple outlets, but that thing has to be plugged in, grounded. That's another issue there too, because oh boy, I only have 2 outlets here and over there. Behind the boxes. So that's why I was looking for a 6-foot cable, because it should be 6 feet. Because the ups, there's no room to plug the ups cord into the outlet because it's designed. It cannot be put on the top one. It had to be put on the bottom one. Look again. And, okay. Let me see here. There's the cable out. There's this. Yeah. You know what? Oh. Both of my plugs are slanted. They're not straightforward in plugs because that's a design. How they do that. Oh yeah. I think I was stuck in the other one, stuck in a bag. But it's always one of the Boba Fett figures. Well, it's like wow. When I surprised one guy about wow, you're a douche. I didn't say it, but someone else doing numbers. Open up the other, cut open the other one, cut up the other Superman, put him back there. Put Batman somewhere. So much to do. Like I said, I was going to do about the Dinobots, the Combiner Dinobots, which is Dino King is now available. I could have sworn it was less on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not going to do it. Generation 1, Generation 2. What the heck kind of colors? And then Generation 2 Extreme with the wild, crazy yellow Grimlock with tiger stripes, the more vibrant colors. So to have 3 Dinobots, 3 Mechanicus would have been interesting. But so this is Generation 1, this is Generation 2, this one's Generation 2 Extreme. If I ever get to it, I may just pass Generation 2, sell out the pieces, and say, here's Generation 2 Extreme, with Grimlock being the yellow with the blue tiger stripes, and the bold, bright colors compared to 2 of them are red, 2 of them are green, 2 of them are blue, purple kind of thing. So all 6 Dinobots have that from, much like the picture, kind of like from, which you know, my work. I got some snacks in their bag. I'll be honest, I had with all those psychic readings, every single ones that don't go back to your ex. Saying, if she wanted to come back, I would have easily, for me, and since Mark had it set right, I would have possibly been holding the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS image. I would have been holding instead of holding the candy bar, I'd be holding and saying, "This is a Legend of Traveling," or a T-shirt, or somewhere. But yeah, but my ex in Lakeland, we're still friends. But like any of my friends, I've contacted the Candyman and Greg and you, Kenny, more than I do my old friends. It's the one, he's on dialysis, 3 years, and they had to put a balloon in his arm just to bulge it up, and now it's either going to be before or after we leave. Stints put in there to make it easier because of his rotten family. No one wants to donate a kidney. Of course, mine is all screwed up. I mean, I have 3 kidney stones, for God's sakes. Oh yeah, first kidney stone, clink, fell into the toilet. Second one, I was in Orlando. Oh no, don't worry about it. Because what? Here I'm just babbling on, and there's 2 other people watching as well. Kind of weird. My stuff, it doesn't matter. It's like it wasn't for Greg saying we should premiere the live shows on Sunday when we do. That makes sense because as long as I don't go over. Wednesdays, I usually. Oh, there it is. Wednesdays, I usually do 3 p.m. because time for dinner. Try to look for it's over there, the board. Wednesdays, I usually do 3 p.m. Eastern because then I go right straight for dinner because look, hours thing kind of thing. And Fridays, Saturday, I do it at 5 p.m. because I get home from work early and eat dinner, clean up, eat dinner, and prepare for going to work on Sunday. What is babbling? I looked on StreamYard and it said I had like 10 followers. One of them was someone I kind of knew, just watching, saying it if I say anything. And I think, well, I can go OBS, but Mackenzie had, where's my pen? Mackenzie has IBS with her OBS. Her OBS has IBS. That's free. And Streamer Elements, I think there's a free one. I have it, I just don't activate it. If I ever wanted to do Twitch again, just to do stuff, like, why? That was just a thing because of the one person, and it's kind of pointless. So Twitch is not important to me. Going back to core, that would eliminate Twitch from a destination, which is fine. If I really felt like activating stream elements, if it's free, or OBS, I know that's free, then I can do a little thing like I do here, like I used to do on Twitch. Twitch Studio is gone. They want you to do all these other parties and this and that. So you can do all these things. So, well, I was just curious to see how many people were watching. And of course, it was Mackenzie, because, there but not here. I mean, there but not there. I can't change the world. Try to. But I use a Twitch just to see her and a couple others I'm in contact with. Still in contact with, I should say. So I made separate and to people watching the reruns on Twitch, like, that's not important. If this was a destinations, I can't remember how many destinations were there on core. If it's, like I said, if it's 3, we come down to time scales, because when we do live, we got to have the destinations running. And so live, main page, time scales, and do I really want to use the backup page? And the thing is, it's there. I can copy it onto the backup page if I want to. I just keep the backup page, so if anyone else needs a subscription, it's there. It's not an important thing. My boo-boo, it helps other people's. Oh, now, like Corey got 350. I was one of them. Kenny's got his backups. I got my backups. We all have our hangups. So we're just helping each other out with the numbers. So that's what's cool about it. But if there's only 3 destinations, it's going to be Spill the Geek Tea, Tasty Cake, and the timescales. That's all we need. 3 major points. We're trying to get people on the main page, which I went on Instagram Live the other night and said, I have 40 people on Instagram Live. I would appreciate if you guys came over, because that would push up my numbers. Because half of the 25, no, maybe half 25. At least 6 people or so are. That's how I get the numbers up. So if I get the Instagram people that are just there because Instagram and there's a link, like, oh, same thing for me. It's like, oh, 202, 203 people. It's like, could you come over here and subscribe? 40 some people, could you come over to the other page and subscribe? And people from my page, could you go over there and subscribe? Back, fine, just for my mind's sake. I am grateful to my crew, and I want my crew to stay. I want them to come back. It's like, I don't want the idea of, well, there's no one's watching. Why are they bothering coming in? Because we're having a great time. That's why I lose track of, we're having a great time here. We're having conversations, all the weird wackiness. I did this shorts afterwards. I did the shorts last night, I think, yesterday, for the first episode. It was basically running about from Greg talking about Chuck E. Cheese. 2 parts. I may have said something. Corey did say something. Kenny did say something. So that's 4 there. I did Oz next because that was the whole throw in. What Kenny threw it in. The segue was spectacular, and then I went back to Mikey because I was trying to jump around back and forth trying to find. So 6 shorts. I haven't worked on the Masters Universe one yet. So the internet crap going on here. I'm working at either tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. Sunday, 2 more episodes done. I want to get done the Christmas episode and the What's Next episode. So it's done before live in the 2 weeks. Hi, Alice. Shopping. Thank you for shopping at Super Walmart. Thank you for stopping in. I want to get the next week film 2 episodes, Christmas and What's Next, or 'Tis the Season, leaving the last 2 weeks of the month for everyone not to be saying, oh, he's going to be again. No, everyone's right. Take a break from me. 'Tis the Season will be a part 1. The Christmas episode, there's another clip, a video clip on Instagram. I sent it to Mark. I sent it to Kenny. It said Jesus was born between September and October. This is the second time I've heard this. It's always been, Jesus was born in March, or springtime. This one's saying he was born in September, October. So just kind of within thousands of years, who's keeping track? Remember, we used to have 13 months in the calendar with 28 days each. Then I went to the Gregorian calendar and how the Romans took the Greek gods and turned it their own. To the victors, the spoils. You're always a villain in someone else's story. So that's just the way it is. But we just talk about how nice sweet Christmas is. We do that for an hour or so. Then jump into the part 1 of 'Tis the Season. What are your plans? So with the group for there, we have a little talk about this and that. And then 2 weeks later, we'll jump into 'Tis the Season when we get into March. Really? 2 months later. 2 weeks later into January. 2 weeks later to become January. We'll do 'Tis the Season part 2, different crew. So how things happen after Christmas, how are your plans, this and that. How are you feeling? Are you feeling down and dirty? All that stuff, So that's the idea. That's the idea I want to go with. Everything nice and balanced. Stuff like that. But my notes are over here. My reservation is confirmed for January. Late January. The days are planned. Got to see that psychic. So yes, 12/16 film 2 episodes. 12/23, 12/30. 12/15 record 2 episodes. The next 2 weeks, everyone has a break from me. 'Tis the Season. AIs. January 6th, I'm not going to say we're home, and just be 'Tis the Season part 2. And I throw out to everyone for January. If I can record some episodes, put in the library, I'm very happy with that. Mark had the idea of top 3 cartoons of the 80s. So what? Yes, I am. Interruptions. Because he likes a particular cartoon, and we talked about that. So between an episode of 3 or 4 people, top 3 cartoons of the 80s. Part 2, part 4. You know, talk about, 3 episodes for over the decade. And then we can go into 1950s, 60s, 70s, 90s, the year 2000, 10s and 20s. So that's like half a year. That's almost a year's worth of pointless episodes of just our top 3 cartoons. Because it's still memories, still good things. Because like, and we're also going through a decade. We're not going through every year. I mean, if we go through every year, and some cartoons lasted into the next years, are you still your favorite cartoon? So, as Corey said, he made claim to one particular cartoon, and that lasted a couple seasons. Then it was changed to match the format of another cartoon, and so when that format changed, they did the bigger cartoon. I don't have a figure show off. That's the wrong Batman. So if I was really pressed for episodes, because we're just focusing on to next year, not even the years ahead. I mean, for next year, I would like to do, your favorite Doctor Who Christmas episode, because it was done on Legend of Traveling TARDIS. And I put in my 3. Not one was mentioned. One of them was. One of them gadget like that annihilated attitude. It was fitting. Too fitting, if you ask me. But it was the Husbands of River Song. We both agreed. I give that a 10. Twice Upon a Time, when 12th Doctor regenerates and the first Doctor regenerates. Artemis Day, so that was a big thing too. And the last one was Time of the Doctor, when 11 regenerates. Love from Gallifrey, boys. So those were, just to do a top 3, those were big ones for me. And we got the ranking of it. Something like that. Had to be for Doctor Who, because Doctor Who people. And he's back. So most of us are, well, let's see, Mark and I and Greg. So 3 of us on here, Who peoples. So to do favorite Doctor Who episode like they did last night on the Legend of Traveling TARDIS, we can do that. Then, of course, with the crew, which I expect to have a bigger poster. This is just my personal one that I show off to everyone, and everyone can copy. I sent it to everyone. Who's ever on the crew this year is there. So that's it for the crew this year. And if one came back, I would figure out how to put the TARDIS, Legend of Traveling TARDIS thing somewhere there. It's either I'm holding it instead of the candy bar, I'm holding it as hey, look, Legend of Traveling TARDIS, because I'm the spin-off from the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, on and off, based on how I feel, how he feels. Want to say it or not. So that can be an option, because he was only in one episode. Well, so was Gadget, but she had so much to do. So I would put her on the bottom. Let's see. I would move. I would have Jay moved over to the left, and I put her on the bottom below Kenny. Boy, girl, boy, girl. There's only 2 girls on our show right now. Allison will be soon. For next year, Allison will be on the show. See about whatever date I just said. January 6th would be the premiere episode of the January 5th is a Sunday, so I'm still doing pre-recorded shows. Everything on a Sunday is pre-recorded. And everything that's going to be on, what am I saying? Everything until March is pre-recorded, and every once in a while I'll do a pre-recorded show, but everything is on a Sunday. All shows up till March will be premiered on Monday. But then all shows, pre-recorded and live, will be on Sunday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Because only some people I know have their shows on Sundays. And well, Adam of Radical Toys, he's like feeling back and forth about doing things. So if he's on the show, because he's going to be on our show. He's going to be on a show too. So I know Allison and Adam, Mr. Home Arcade, when I can get him on. We'll do a Sunday show. Everyone's laid back, relaxed. Oh, we just finished dinner. Let's watch something. Oh, let's put it on the big screen like Kenny does. And hear us just go jibber jabber about weird things. Weird things. You see, caught myself. Hurt my back. Ow. Living with hernia. Got to have an operation. So, gentlemen and ladies, time has come. It's an hour show. It only changed to this time, which is fine. Can't interfere with Kenny's show because he had his show and I wanted to watch it too. Now I said on Oz's show I was going to contact Cobweb and contact more people. So I'm going to see what Cobweb did with the Masterverse figure. It's like I stopped myself from going to Hasbro Pulse. They had the 3-pack for Heir of the Empire. They had the 6-inch figures for Shadows of the Empire. With that's all right. It's perfectly all right. You have the bigger audience. Me, I just babble. And I had to see what you were talking about. And even Eldor was on there. Oh, hello, sir. He's not here. Six-inch scale, Leia Bouche, and Luke in Imperial Coruscant Guard disguise. Yeah, but you have stuff to show. And I made the comment, you said you were thinking of getting another Castle Grayskull, so you have it in the background. Because now you have the third wall. I was like, oh my God, I have a Castle Grayskull in Orlando. I'm not sure about the floors. Do I have the first generation or the second generation? The second generation where they added the little slats on the bottom for more secure level. Be more secure. After watching Hebrew with all those little placement things and the 4 things and adding the third wall thing. Oh. I was just going to use those little tiny ones. Aim for. Well, I dropped my headless body. I was going to use these mini thingies. If the day came, I'm going to put up Eternia. If the day is possible. If not, I'll be selling it in Orlando. For how much do we pay for it again? How much was I think $1,000 or something? If I can get $1,000 for it, I'll pay off my credit card for the month. I just use these little dudes in the background for the scale. But for your purposes, when you have the toys lined up, it's like, you got to have the figures lined up. So I haven't got my ducks yet. Well, the ducks for the keyboard. So that's what, as I said, for me, for Castle Grayskull, is going to be with the little tiny Town Fighter and the little 2-inch scale PVCs from Dollar Tree, which I did not get from Dollar Tree. I got them from a guy on eBay. And then I found them at Dollar Tree. I was like, So they'll be lining the front with the Hot Wheels vehicles a little bit further back, with writing back a little bit further back, the side, and on the side with those little. So the not using Orco, the 4 figurines staying there, Talon Fighter, the comic book, mini comic version of the cannon on top there, just for that decoration. And on the inside, do whatever there is, because I don't have Snake Mountain. I should have the placemats for Snake Mountain. This whole thing, Mega Customs, was in line with creating these beautiful mats and should be in Orlando. I don't know. I'm just whatever. I kind of give up. I ordered it. The first one was lost, so it was returned. Or first one didn't get to me, it was returned. Then the second one was Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull. So I used a Castle Grayskull mat. Never seem to be getting a Snake Mountain. Unless I find an old one, and then for that whole aesthetic of display on the front and play value inside. Which that third wall of yours, oh my goodness, looks so awesome. But those extra parts that Hebrew did, I went as far as the extra part for point. You actually put a figure in there and has a little, and you can put the cannon in there and go pew pew, pew 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 pew, just for that scale height. And the helmet for Panther, which I was also said that they made they made the Mondo version for the second Mondo's second helmet, and the custom one for Battle Cat with the shin guards, leg guards. That would have been awesome. But then again, I turned down the Shadows of the Empire 2-pack, 6-inch figures. I'm fine with the 3 3/4. The Heir to the Empire, I do have the books, but it's like, but it's still at the time. It was after Return of the Jedi. It was originally canon. But if they made Hasbro actually got a clue making these damn figures over and over and release the rest of Shadows of the Empire, do Shizor, Lando wearing, you just pop Lando's head onto, so you just take Luke's head up. I got a custom there. Guri Ebo, she's an android assassin for Shizor, and Lebo, the companion to Dash Rendar, much like how then in Solo, Lando had the robot companion kind of thing. They made comic, yeah, of course they made comic books. There's always comic book for everything. But it's time for dinner. So I passed on that. I did, because Corey said send the link to Lords of Power. I had to. Masters of the Universe over Star Wars. What am I thinking? The scale, everything. So, yeah, I still have not watched the new cartoons on Comedy Central. Yeah, I've never heard the end of it. So, I want another prop in. Please like, subscribe, share, comment to my page here. I'm at 204 standing. 300, so I can just do the joke of, this is Sparta. No, this is Tasty Cake. Please join Spill the Geek Tea with all these peoples that are on the show. The Timescales. The Candyman. Cyborg T100. Catch him on Instagram. Kenzo's Creations, we all know. Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess. I have your little place here, so when you do get on the show, you shall be on the background. Next year's poster will be bigger. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but you'll have everyone else encompassed. And that's all the ones that popped up for the chat. So anyone else? Thank you. Thank you, sir. I have more Star Wars figures of me than Motu. I still got to contact that guy. So until I have the rerun of Spill the Geek Tea coming up on Saturday or something. Friday or Saturday? I can't remember. But just go on the main page. And I'll be doing next live show Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. While I do plots and planning for everything else, ready for Sunday night. If anyone wants to join in for 2 episodes of recording Sunday night again, Christmas and part 1 of 'Tis the Season. I greatly appreciate it. We begin recording at 6 p.m. Eastern. So until then, everyone, you're always working, Allison. You're spectacular. Always watching it. I can't draw within the lines. I'm not that good. So much painting I can do. So Allison, I'll send you a message afterwards again in case you want to join in for this month, but definitely next month we'll get you on for January and so forth. Alarm clocks? Time to go eat. Okay. Kenny says time to go eat. So thank you all for watching, and always remember, time waits and turns slowly.